Hi students, 12th Standard Accountancy, Chapter-3, Exercise sum number 5. Mannan and Ramesh share profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2 and their capital on 1st April 2018 was Mannan is 1,50,000 rupees and Ramesh 1 lakh rupees respectively, and their current account shows a credit balance of 25,000 rupees and 20,000 respectively. Calculate interest on capital at 6% per annum for the year ending 31st March 2019 and show the journal entries. Okay, so what they given here, they have given Mannan's capital is 1,50,000 rupees, Ramesh capital 1 lakh rupees, period is 1st April 2018. So this is the opening capital. Okay, capital introduced when they started business. Okay, at that time they introduced the capital. Mannan 1,50,000 rupees and Ramesh capital is 1 lakh rupees respectively, and the additional information they have given here at that adjustment current account shows credit balance 25,000 20,000 respectively. We need not consider about the current account for Mannans and Ramesh. Okay, why? Because we are going to calculate interest on capital. Okay, so we need not consider about the credit balance current accounts additional information regarding Mannan and Ramesh. Okay, so the calculation of the interest on capital, we need only capital, amount of capital and the rate of interest to find out the interest on capital. Are you clear? So what's the form? And also we are going to pass the journal entry for interest on capital. Okay, so what's the formula for to find out the interest on capital? The format for the interest on capital is amount of capital into rate of interest per annum into period of interest. They didn't given in the exercise sum number 5. The period is not period of interest, they didn't given here. Okay, so we have to take only amount of capital into rate of interest per annum to find out the interest on capital. Okay, so to prepare the interest on capital, you should write the heading, that is calculation of the interest on capital, and also you must write the format of the interest on capital, that is interest on capital equal to amount of capital into rate of interest. Okay, so let's see one by one. Let's take Mannan's capital, interest on Mannan's capital. Interest on Mannan's capital equal to amount of capital, Mannan's amount of capital is 1,50,000 rupees. Rate of interest they have given 6% per annum. 6% means 6 by 100. So we have to cancel it. So this 20 is to be cancelled for this 20. Remaining 1,500 rupees into 6. So we have to multiply it. So 15 into 6. 6 5s are 30. Remaining 3. 1663 plus 1666 plus 3. 9. This 20 is to be added here. So 9,000 rupees interest on capital, interest on Mannan's capital. Okay, then go to calculate interest on Ramesh capital. Ramesh amount of capital is 1 lakh rupees. Rate of interest is 6% per annum, means 6 by 100. Now we have to cancel it. So for that, this 20 is to be cancelled for this 20. 6 into 1,000, 6,000 rupees. Okay, so what is the total interest on capital? 9 plus 6 equal to 15,000 rupees interest, total interest on capital. Okay, now we are going to pass the journal entry for interest on capital. Okay, so the format of the journal entry you know very well, date, particulars, LF, debit and credit column. The date column, they have given the date, that is 1st April 2000, end of the year. Interest on calculate the interest on capital for the year ended 31st March 2019 and show the journal entry for this period. Okay, so you have to write on date column, they have given here 2 periods. So don't confuse it. This is the capital's date. Okay, 1st April 2018, we don't consider about it to pass the journal entry. We have to take the 31st March 2019, end of the accounting period only. We are going to calculate the interest on capital, right? So on date column you have to write it 2019 March 31. What is the format for journal entry for interest on capital? Interest on capital accounted are to respective partner's capital account. Okay, I already explained you. So when you contribute capital to your business, what's the journal entry for capital? Cash account debtor to capital account. Okay, right? So where is capital account? Capital account is on credit side. So capital account is on credit side. In opposite, you have to write interest on capital. Okay, so the journal entry for interest on capital is interest on capital account debtor to respective partner's capital account. Okay, so interest on capital is 15,000 rupees. Mannan's capital is 9,000. To Ramesh capital is 6,000 rupees. The narration, you should write the narration interest on capital provided. Then you have to close the interest on capital, or you have to transfer the interest on capital. So the transfer entry or closing entry for the interest on capital is, where is interest on capital? It is on debit side. To transfer it or to close it, you have to enter it on opposite side. It is on debit side, it will be goes to credit side. So to interest on capital account. In opposite, in debit side, you have to write profit and loss appropriation account debtor, the transferring entry. The closing entry is profit and loss account debtor to interest on capital account, 15,000 rupees you have to enter. Why? Because you have closing the interest on capital. So you have to take interest on capital's amount, 15,000 rupees. The narration is interest on capital closed. Okay, the same date you have to enter here, 2019 March 31. Do you have any doubt? Please comment it on the comment box. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you. Take